Either start dressing more appropriately while my boyfriend is home, or he won't renew the lease with you. My roommate's girlfriend smiled smugly. I was blindsided by the demand. Excuse me? If my roommates had a problem with how I dressed, they'd tell me. I knew this for a fact because my 2 roommates were also my childhood best friends. We all grew up together and ended up accepted into the same college, so being roommates was a no-brainer. The only issue was that they were both guys, and I was a girl. The 3 of us didn't care and treated each other like siblings, but there was definitely a problem when one of us started dating. My ex-boyfriend constantly accused me of doing favors for them, when that never happened. And now that one of my roommates, Jeremy, had a girlfriend, it felt like all the same crap was happening over again. I was home alone when she came over just to yell at me. Okay, get out. Jeremy's girlfriend looked shocked. Are you kicking me out? You don't live here. I only let you in to be nice, and you're trying to act like my mom. Leave, now. She narrowed her eyes at me. Better start looking for a new place to live. I watched her storm out and locked the door behind her. When my roommates got back from soccer practice later, I told Jeremy everything. He gave me a confused look. Are you sure you're talking about today? Because that's not possible. What do you mean? She was at practice with us from start to finish. There's no way she could have been here talking to you. The 3 of us stare at each other, confused. I tried to ask if maybe she slipped away and came back, but they both assured me she sat close by the entire time. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how that was possible when I eventually went to bed. The next time I saw Jeremy's girlfriend, I was at a house party celebrating the end of finals week. I was supposed to meet my roommates there, but couldn't find them. I kept getting bumped around in the crowd, but eventually found Jeremy's girlfriend. I froze. She was making out with a guy I'd never seen before. I reached for my phone to take a picture as proof, but it was no longer in my pocket. I then went back to searching, and this time, I finally found my 2 roommates, and somehow, Jeremy's girlfriend was standing next to him. I awkwardly asked if I could talk to him, and the 2 of us stepped outside. I told him what I saw, and he shook his head. No, that had to be someone else. We came together, and she's been beside me this whole time. It was probably someone who looked like her. No, it was her. Same makeup, hair, and clothes. Do you have any proof? I told him no, and I was certain that one of the people who bumped into me stole it. He looked at me for a long time. Jeremy then asked, hey, be honest. Are you trying to get me to break up with her? I'm being honest with what she's doing. Breaking up or not is up to you. He crossed his arms. She told me that you've been hostile towards her, and she thinks you're spreading rumors about her. My jaw dropped. Why would I do that? She thinks it's because you're jealous that your relationship didn't work out, so now you want me to break up too. I feel my face getting red with anger. I've never been a petty person, and you know that. She's clearly manipulating you. This managed to make him angry too, and Jeremy got in my face. You know, you're saying everything she said you'd say. Either leave her alone, or you can figure out rent on your own. I'm utterly confused as I watched Jeremy go back to the party. I was being set up, but I had no idea why or how. A couple of days later, Jeremy's girlfriend comes over again while the guys are at soccer practice, but this time, I had an idea. I let her in and then headed to the kitchen counter to charge my phone. When I plug it in, I set it up to face the rest of the apartment and then dial Jeremy on FaceTime. I ask loudly, so how come you're not at practice? She didn't answer. A little creeped out, I turned around and watched her dropkick Jeremy PlayStation. I'm frozen in shock, and she starts to laugh. She then pulls out a knife and stabs the couch. Goodness, look at you, trashing your own place just to frame me for it. I back up a step, not wanting to be close to a crazy woman with a knife. I ask her what she's doing, as she drags the knife along the edge and pulls out a bunch of stuffing. She throws the stuffing in the air like confetti before answering, isn't it obvious? I'm making you look crazy so that you get kicked out, and I get to move in. Why would they think I did this? She winks. Because I'm at practice right now. I stay in the kitchen, shaking, as she continues to trash the place in a rampage. Everything is trashed when she finally stops and looks at me. You know what would really make you look crazy? If they thought you stabbed yourself, but the front door flung open, and I heard my roommates run in. I stood in shock outside our apartment building, seeing 2 women who looked exactly like Jeremy's girlfriend in handcuffs. We'd later learn that one of them was hired by Jeremy's girlfriend to disguise herself to sit in on practices and make out with someone at the house party. After that experience, we had a new rule. No more inviting boyfriends or girlfriends over until we were certain they weren't crazy.